Hey,
Hello,
how's it going, man?
I'm doing good. How's it doing?
Good, good.
Um, Thanks for willing to do this, Jason.
Yeah, no problem.
You know, I want to be honest with you. I've been hearing all of your songs, and I've gotta say, you're like a rock star, man. And I'm very impressed with all the songs I've been listening to, including the Legend of Vox Machina one, which is impressive.
Oh, thanks. Well, I'm just like a one of the writers of that one, but um, that's really Neil Cree. He took the theme songs that I worked on for Critical Role and then incorporated those into the theme song for Vox Machina, but he's really a genius. I'm just a small little piece there.
I see. But anyway,
Yeah.
I got many questions I wanted to ask you.
Okay, great. Yeah, let's go for it. If you don't mind, I'm having my breakfast. Is it audio only or is it video too?
It's video too,
All right. Well, I'm just having some
Happens with
egg
everybody,
here. I mean, everybody needs breakfast, right?
Of course, it happens with all of them.
Mhm.
But tell me, how is it like being a voice actor and singer for many animated projects and stuff?
I mean, it's great. I feel like when I book something, that's the real reward. The work is the auditioning and working on your craft and working on everything else. And when you get booked, it's almost like playing. You know, that's the fun part.
I see. Which leads me to the most important question. How did you get into voice acting and singing?
Well, I've been a singer since I was five. I've been performing in front of audiences since I was 5 years old, it was something that I knew I always wanted to do. And I started writing songs at a young age, and then I started participating in musicals and community theater and school theater. Then, when my to transition into voice acting, when my band moved here to Los Angeles and we had some downtime, I actually had the opportunity to sing on a commercial. And then that inspired me to get into voice acting as well. And I took classes and uh, just slowly started to immerse myself in that world. And anything I jump into, I take really seriously. So I worked on that for a long time and just slowly started booking jobs. And, next thing you know, I've got 150 IMDb credits, and I'm looking back at my career thus far and going, okay, yeah, I'm an actor. It's something that I don't think about too often. I've always been a musician first. I consider myself an entertainer, and but uh, but sometimes I have to remind myself that I am actually an actor.
Impressive. So that's how you got into voice acting, because of the things you've been going through over the years.
Yeah, like through
Which,
singing, that really through singing and my training of that, and just immersing myself in it at a young age, not even fully realizing that my experiences as a musician could then apply to acting too.
quite impressive of you. And what you said about you taking voice acting classes, that's something I'm doing, because I too am trying to become one myself for the sake of achieving my goals. And
You got
that's
a
all.
narrator voice, man.
Well, that's what everybody tells me. And you know who even said the same thing? Richard Apcar himself and Kyle Hebert. They all told me that. That's why they follow me on social media because of the way I am.
Well, there you go, man. If that's you naturally, I mean, you don't even have to worry about it. Just you don't even have to put anything on. That if that's the way you're, I narrate a lot of UFO videos, but I definitely put a voice on, so I'd be like, at 8:54 p.m., Sebastian looked out his window and saw what appeared to be a flying saucer. But people want that narrator cadence, but you've got it naturally.
Hmm. That's quite impressive of you to say that, and I'm honored.
Yeah, no
But
problem.
but anyway,
I call them like I see them or like I hear them.
yeah. But why do you like singing so much? For what purpose?
Oh, several purposes. I think that, it's an extension of joy, right? It also is just an expression of emotion, which is not always joy, especially if you're singing about something that's maybe a negative subject. But then there's also camaraderie to that. If you're singing about something that maybe hurt you, and it comes from the heart, people identify with that as well. And I think the connection with the audience, I love performing live with an audience more than almost anything else, because of that connection and because of that shared experience.
I see. So that's why you like to do that for, because of something you begin to experience, which is a good thing for you, you know? As long as you have experience, there is always a purpose.
Very true.
Yeah. But I these what I'm about to tell you, these are questions about the characters I've seen you throughout animation and stuff like that. But
Okay.
anyway, what was your first ever character you played as in animation way before you got into many others?
Well, my first anime job was actually given to me by Taliesin Jaffe. I want to say in either 2002 or 2003, and that was I got to play a, my credit was additional voices. I got to play zombies and vampires in one of the Helsing productions.
Helsing Productions.
Yeah,
I,
Helsing is an anime about vampires.
wow, quite impressive, you know? Because I looked up your credits and turns out you did very good playing being in that show Helsing, you know? And what you mentioned earlier about Taliesin and Jaff bringing you in there, it's quite a genius of him to bring you there. Because if it weren't for him, you would have gotten the opportunity to be in more stuff.
That's true. Yeah. No. I mean, I'm very grateful to Taliesin for sure.
Yeah. But anyway, in the game Street Fighter 4, what was your favorite part about playing Guy?
Actually, I really enjoyed the cutscenes. I enjoyed the interaction between him and Rose, and his backstory was really cool. So I really hope they bring him back for six. I know, they're always adding more DLC, so fingers crossed that they bring him back for six. Because they brought back his partner Cody for five. So my hope is that they bring him back for six.
I see.
But I don't
'Cause
know.
that's fine, you know? Because after
Yeah.
all, I do play a lot of Street Fighters, you know? And I even got to interview like Mr. Apcar, Mr. Hebert, and even Christopher Corey Smith, who were involved in that too, you know? Because
Hmm. That's awesome.
so that's why I kind of thought that if they are going to be back in Street Fighter, so will you. But anyway, how does it feel about playing Gilgar on Attack on Titan?
Well, that was really fun. One thing, it's as an actor, it's always um, you're always appreciative when you get cast in a big popular show. That's you're very grateful for that. So I was super grateful to be cast, and that character was definitely a tragic character. Clearly, he's an alcoholic, and that's what kills him. The alcohol actually doesn't kill him, but his quest for the alcohol kills him as when he finds his whiskey, already drunk, then that's when the Titan gets him. So it's a cautionary tale. He's a tragic figure that should remind everyone of the dangers of drinking too much. But I enjoyed him, and I enjoyed having a little story arc on that show and being involved. Man, that was really fun. And Mike McFarlane, who's a dear friend of mine, directed me in that as well. So that was fun to work with someone that I already knew and had a rapport with. You're always more comfortable with a director that you've already worked with in the past.
Hmm. Quite impressive, because I've seen Attack on Titan, and it's like a huge show that has been going on throughout the years, since 2014. And you being part of it was a good choice. And I'm glad Mike was able to bring you in, because for what I can tell, he brings a lot of good casting into it. Because all I know is that there's the fourth season of Attack on Titan, its final one.
Right, I know.
Yeah, it'll be the end for all of them. And I sure am gonna miss that show by the time it gets released. But anyway, how is it like playing Mospel in Fire Emblem Heroes?
He's fun. And what's really fun is some of the comments from the players of the game, reading their different reactions to him. I've gone in a couple of times for Muspel, and it's an honor. Once again, it's an honor being in a game that's very popular, and there's more pressure involved, but there's also something cool and satisfactory into being in a production that everybody knows. So I enjoy that character a lot. He's fun. He's all about fire, which of course is very metal. So I'm down with that.
Quite impressive, and because I've been playing Fire Emblem for years, and I've got to say, you being part of Fire Emblem was a surprise for me, because you being a rock star, being part of a famous game was a very good choice, because as long as there's more characters, more voice actors should come in, and you, honestly, you should be playing more characters, if they ever get announced, because if that happens, oh, that will be awesome.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, I hope so. But anyway, what's so awesome about playing Kotetsu Orabi in Code Geass?
Oh, I really liked that character from the Order of the Four Holy Swords. He was cool. Another tragic character, of course, and forgive me, I have a dog that's snoring really loud right here.
I don't mind, because it happens with me
Hopefully, your
also.
audience will appreciate that. I don't want to disturb his slumber. He's running in his sleep now.
Yeah, yeah. But continue.
What's that?
You were saying I was asking you a question about the Code Geass character you play.
Yeah.
You were gonna
it's been a while since that. It's been a while. But one thing I always remember about that production, and also that there's something that happened that I don't think will ever be repeated, and that is when I was, oh gosh, what was the name of that show? There was another show around that time, and they both aired on Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network's Adult Swim.
Hold on, I gotta look up this show because it's gonna drive me crazy if I don't remember it. Let's see. Oh yeah, Moribito, Guardian of the Spirit. So those two shows played back to back on Cartoon Network, Adult Swim. and usually they put the shows right next to each other, so there was only time to play one commercial. When one show ended, then there was one commercial, and then the next show started. So in this specific episode of Morabito, Guardian of the Spirit, my character had the last line in the show in that episode. And then the credits rolled. And then a commercial came on, and the commercial was for ESP guitars, which I was the narrator for the commercial. And then when Code Geass started, my character had the first line in that episode. And I remember I DVR'd it, and I was like, this is kind of incredible and really crazy that, you know, here's my voice for this character, then it's my voice for a commercial, and then it's my voice for the next character. So I thought, okay, I must be doing pretty good if that's what's happening.
Yeah. Because all I know is that I've seen Code Geass, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you know what the best part is?
What's
Turns
that?
out I got to meet the main character himself, Johnny Young Bosch, like 1 year ago, you know? He's a super nice guy, you know?
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
Yep. And honestly, you, him, and everybody else being part of that show was a fast, genius way to make it look awesome. And I made a video about the show, characters and voice actors of the show for my YouTube channel, which I included you in there as a way to make everybody remember who you are, like the others.
Well, cool. Well, thanks for including me.
It's what I do best, you know? That's what I do in my videos, include all voice actors in there to make them be remembered like the others. Because, hey, I'm glad Kevin Seymour was able to bring you into it, you know? Because that was a good choice. Like,
I love
honestly.
Kevin Seymour, you know, he gave me a lot of chances early on in my voice acting career, and he was a really, really great guy.
Yeah.
So
honestly, I really do miss him. Like, honestly.
yeah, I miss him too. He
But,
loved anime so much. In fact, he was one of a lot of people don't know this. So when I was a kid, there were very few ways to get anime. It wasn't widely available everywhere. There weren't anime sections in stores. There weren't anime sections on Netflix and things like that. You had to really look for it. And there was one company that imported it, and they were called Books Nippon, because Nippon means Japan. And Kevin Seymour was one of the founders of that company. He was one of the first people that was responsible for bringing anime to America. And I love that he still worked in anime right until, he passed away. But he was really a pioneer in the anime industry. And, I'm honored that I got to work with him and know him as a friend.
wow, I didn't know that, but I'm beginning to understand. Thank you for telling me that. Now I
Sure.
understand why the dubs begin to appear. It was all thanks to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, what's the most awesome thing when playing Seth Anderson in Eden's Zero?
What was the most awesome thing?
Well, when you get to play the character, you know?
Right. That is an interesting question. I love the way he looks. He's kind of a badass. You know, basically a robot cowboy. So I'm pretty sure when they asked me to voice him, they were like, let's just get Jason. That just looks like him in robot form. So the most awesome, I think, is just him, the way he looks. He's so cool. I hope there's more.
Oh, trust me, there's more to him than meets the eye. Because you know why? Because there's a second season of Eden Zero. And turns out he's a recurring character throughout the season, you know? And
Oh, great.
hopefully, if they ever bring the dub back, they should bring you back as well in order to make things go fulfillment, just as I imagined.
Well, I
And
would hope so. So what is that? What do you have some insider info that I don't have?
that is just something I've been experiencing for months, because all I know is that I've seen Ed and Zero and that you did very awesome playing that character, and
Thank
that
you.
and that I've been because in the Japanese dub, I'm beginning to see your character returning as well. And that's why I thought when the English dub comes, show it to Jason and the others. Because, there is something I want to tell you. I made a video about someone from Eden Zero who passed away 1 year ago. And you know
Oh,
who's that? The one called Billy Kometz.
yeah. A lot
I'm
of friends of mine were friends with him. I met him briefly a couple times, like just at some, events or maybe at a studio, but he was a beloved person. People loved him. He was a great guy.
yeah, I made a video for him through my YouTube channel to gain all the actors' support to remember him like the others. If you like, you can check out my YouTube channel, Seba's Voiceover World, so that you can see Billy Kometz's voice showcase of Billy Kometz.
I will. I'll check it out.
Because trust me, you will love everything.
Oh, thanks for telling me.
It's what I do best. But anyway, what was your favorite part about being the singing voice of Ra's al Ghul in DC Superhero Girls?
My favorite part was just being able to really dig into the character. I love it. I love that character. I loved the songs. The songs were actually written by the songwriting team one half was from the band Letters to Cleo, but both the songwriters wrote all the songs for Doc McStuffins. And so it was fun. They're great songwriters, and they really we all had fun. The session for that was so much fun, and it's very satisfying as a singer to be asked to be, hey, look, we know you're a singer and we'd love for you to sing these songs in this cartoon, this very well-known cartoon. I was thrilled, and the session went great, and I couldn't have been happier with the they really made like little mini music videos. If you saw those episodes for during the songs, the songs looked like music videos, and how cool is that, just to have that as a part of my repertoire of the things that I've done. So neat.
It's quite impressive of you to do that. Like, honestly, I've seen DC Superhero Girls, and that I've seen a lot of good casting that were brought into there. And you and Sindel Rematari were very good playing Ra's al Ghul at the same time, where Sindel does the normal voice and you do the singing voice, which is impressive, gotta admit. And I'm glad Sam Riegel was able to bring you in.
Me too. Yeah, I've known Sam forever, and he was really instrumental in bringing me in. I had auditioned for it, but I know Sam really pushed for me to get it, so I was super impressed with that. That he did that.
Yes, it is impressive how things can turn out nicely for you and all the actors in the production in a matter of way.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, what's so big when you got to be part of Detective Conan as Konosuba Chiba?
Yeah, that was fun. Conan is a really cool. Detective Conan is a great series, and it was an honor to be his voice for Chiba, and I hope I get to do more. I hope they keep doing them.
Oh, trust me, they're doing more Detective Conan, like recently, which is why they're trying to planning out about what projects to put in there and bringing the voices, including you in there. Because, hey, it's something I've been experiencing, because I've seen Detective Conan, and gotta say, you did very very well playing the character,
Oh, thank you.
especially when you got to interact with many characters, including
Yeah.
Wendy Lee and Christina V, of course, which was a
Yes.
cool
Two
thing.
friends of mine.
That's right.
It's
That
always fun
is,
acting with friends.
of course it is. That's what everybody usually goes with. But without further ado, what's so awesome when you got to be part of Legend of Korra?
Oh, well, first of all, because I had done 6 episodes of Avatar: The Last Airbender, it was super fun to be involved with the same team again. Not only Michael and Brian, but of course, Andrea Romano, the incredible director. Working with her is always a treat. She's now retired. So I'm so grateful for the times that I got to work with her. And so working on Legend of Korra was kind of like going home. I had worked on all those Avatar episodes, and so to go back to Nickelodeon once again, and boy, what anytime I get to work at Nickelodeon, that's a real treat. And so super grateful to be involved in that series.
Yes, that is true, actually. Because to tell the truth, Avatar and Legend of Korra are actually my childhood shows back then, back before I discovered voice acting and trying to become one. Because, hey, they're good shows, Both of them are.
Yep.
Seriously. They, and you were added in there, and I'm glad they put you into Avatar, Because if it weren't for the voice cast directors, things could have turned out into a more different direction. But still, it's something that most directors need to work well, something that they often go with, picking
Mm-hmm.
choices for their own ways, for the production's sake, of course. Am I
Right.
right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's why I know because of what I've been analyzing for years.
Well, one of the things I tell people, getting into voiceover too, is that uh, once people are comfortable with you and are confident in your abilities, they're going to they want to work with the people that they worked with before. They want to cast people that they know can do a good job. And so it's always, but also they want to cast people that they get along with. They want to cast people uh, that they're happy to be around. And so that's always one of the things that I stress to people starting out is, not only do hone your craft and do simple things like show up on time, be early, but also, be yourself, be the best person that you can be when you're in those sessions, and be a pleasant person to be around, and they'll want to bring you back.
Hmm. That's actually a very good advice, actually. Thanks for the advice, Jason.
Sure.
But anyway, what's so awesome about being Roman Zamer in Anamane Aruka 7 High Evolution?
Well, it's just awesome to be in that show. The character is a pilot who we don't know too much about him. Only have a few lines in that show, but it was recorded at my recording studio, Central Command, which is cool. So I just had to go to my own studio to record that. I always love when I get jobs like that. But a small role, but still happy to be involved and be part of the show.
I see. Because I've known about Aruka 7, and
Sure.
seen a lot of good things about it,
Hmm.
and you being part of it, that was super awesome of them to bring you in. Because hey, you're a good actor, You
Thank
deserve
you.
to be in more shows and projects as a way to make things go better.
Thank you.
Well, it's what I do best, Well, Jason, It's such an honor to finally meet you at last, Jason. And you really are a great singer, and you really are very talented.
Thank you. It's great to meet you too, Sebastian. I'm glad we were able to do this talk. Where do you live? What city?
I Parkland, Florida.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, maybe I'll see you at a convention down there or something.
Hmm. In time,
Yeah.
eventually. I'm very glad to finally meet you, Jason. And hopefully, whenever I get the chance to be in voice acting and stuff, I like a chance to work with you. That way I can just, you know, get to have an experience of working with you and everybody.
You got it. Well, I look forward to that day. Thanks for having me on the show.
It's what I do best, you know. And tell Erica Lindbeck and Christina V I said hello, and that for Erica Lindbeck, that I'm sorry about what happened to her social media, and that hopefully this whole AI issue finally gets resolved in a positive way.
I hope so too. I hope so too.
Thank you very much, Jason, and I hope you do something awesome and do the right thing, like always.
Thanks, man. See you
I'll
soon.
see you around.